Warning, high winds approaching, water level rising, temperature increasing, voltage overloading.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1279 of our daily content grind. And for the day, we are going to take a look at what I brought home from TFcon LA. Because I know everyone just wants to see the haul. You know, that's the thing. I went to a toy show. What toys did I bring home? Oh, I brought home so many. But not just from TFcon. Oh, no. I decided that as long as I was in California, I would hit all of my favorite places in California, including the ones I did not get to go to the last time I was in California. So we have done a lot. But first I wanted to go into the autographs that I got because, well, let's get that stuff out of the way, because that is technically part of the haul. It's probably what I spent the most money on as a whole. But let's get started with probably one of my favorite ones to get, which was David K. David was fantastic. So I told this before in the previous video, but I had 3 autographs to get. 2 of them for internet friends. One of them had the plushie of her character that he took photos of, which is tremendous of him to do. Got a tremendous reaction. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely worth the extra money. Worth the extra bag space to bring that plushie along in the suitcase. And just super cool guy. Remembered my name the entire con, which I guess is what happens when you have like a weird thing. The only downside to this is like, I really wish it was something a little bit better. Like, I'm not big on reaction figures, but it's a really good representation of that Megatron. And what I really wanted was a Beast Wars 10th Megatron still sealed, because I got Gary Chalk's autograph on the Primal. But that's a $150 figure. And I had no guarantee it would get here before I had to leave. So, you know, I don't think I needed that bad. But no, we got this one. It looks great, too. So I'm happy with it overall. Another one that was a huge thing for me to get, and another one I also got for a friend of mine, Alan Oppenheimer, the voice of Skeletor. Absolutely amazed he is still coming out to shows like this. I mean, yeah, he's local to LA, but the man's in his 90s. Like, I never thought I'd get the chance to ever meet him. Unfortunately, you know, because of his age, you know, you can't really, he's very hard of hearing. You can't really have like a full conversation with him. But, you know, it's just nice to thank someone who's, you know, so cemented in my childhood. So that was fantastic. And my friend Mace got an autograph as well. So that's got to go off to Australia soon. Yeah, but just fantastic to get to meet him. Yeah, it's a legendary voice. It's one of those that, you know, there's other Skeletors, but there's really only one. That kind of voice. Z Infante, and this one was really important for me to get, because it's Nightshade. Nightshade's my favorite character from Earthspark. And this one was a hassle. So when I found out I could actually go to TFcon, I went around to my Targets, my Walmarts, and all my Rosses, because a couple weeks ago, I could find Nightshade at pretty much every Ross that I could drive to. All gone now. All my Targets, no more Nightshades. Very few Earthspark toys left. So unfortunately, yeah, I couldn't find one locally anywhere. They were still up on Amazon. I thought, oh, perfect. I'll just order one on Amazon. The one I got from Amazon was destroyed, because the person who mailed it in a paper mailer with no protection. The box was ripped all over. There's no chance of this actually getting autographed. So huge shout out to my friend Edgar. Edgar's the one who hooked me up with all the Derek Wyatt toys. He's been really good about getting me like San Diego Comic-Con exclusives and all that. He managed to find one locally. So huge shout out to Edgar. This autograph would not have happened otherwise. Thank you very much, man. Who else? Oh, right. Darren Norris, the voice of Knockout from Prime. My friend DJ wanted an autograph of this one too, and lucky her. So this is one that I almost skipped because I didn't really have anything for him to autograph. It was $50 to get his toy unopened off of eBay, and really did not want to chance that not showing up on time. And I didn't have a Prime DVD or anything. You know, I prefer getting toys signed is the thing. Literally 30 minutes before I was going to close up this shop and start my vacation officially, someone came in with a big bin full of toys, and we don't take walk-ins. You have to send us photos. You have to make an appointment. But he walked everything in, and on top of the pile of all the things he pulled out, 2 of these Transformer Red knockouts. I paid full retail price. I couldn't like drop them down because, hey, you're selling to a toy shop, but it was too perfect. Like the happenstance was just way too perfect. Had to take it. Had to take it. So yeah, got an actual toy of Knockout Sign. It's a good looking toy. It's a good looking toy. I'm not a fan of Transformers Red. Can't deny. It's way nice. It looks way closer than his actual toy does. So I'm very happy with that. It's just a good story, too. Jeff Bennett. This one was obviously very special to me, and he saw the sticker on the box, so this was special for him as well. This is the one Edgar, again, flew this to me in Florida. I flew back with it to Burbank and flew home with it. So I figured between that and the original slow boat from China to get it to America in the first place, probably about 14,000 miles on this motorcycle. But like worth it. Look at it. I mean, to be autographed by the VA and to be part of Derek's collection, this becomes, you know, one of the most precious pieces. You know, not for monetary value, but just for sentiment, meaning. Like this is just a way, way more important piece than it was before. So that was a fantastic one to be able to get. This one was funny. Aaron Archer signed my Hot Shot. Now keep in mind, it's Cybertron. You know, the man helped forge my favorite Transformer toy line of all time. But it's still me getting Aaron Archer to sign a Hot Shot. I don't know if he's aware of my history with the character in his previous toys. Please do not make him aware of my history with the character and his previous toys. I'm on good terms with the guy. He's kind of a friend now. Please don't ruin this for me. But I love Cybertron Hotshot. I've spoke very highly of this toy all the time. So, and I should have, like, I came home from TFcon Orlando, looked at this toy hanging on my wall and went, why didn't I take that? The only reason I'm upset is because the VA will not be able to sign it, because that's Kirby Morrow. You know, we lost him years back. But this I will take. I will take this. This still makes this a pretty special piece for me. And then, of course, the crown jewel of my autograph collection. I started this in 2010 at BotCon when I got Peter Cullen to sign it, along with Stan Bush and Paul Eiding. And then we have added to it here and there. TFcon Orlando, we added Victor Caroli to the list. And then Dan Gilvazon. And then at this TFcon, we added, if I can remember these names, we added Neil Ross, we added Michael Bell, we added Greg Berger. I've been meaning to get Grimlock's signature for a long time. We got John Machida Jr., which has got a little bit smudged, which is upsetting, but it's not terrible. And then, of course, right above Peter's name, Frank Welker. I missed 2 chances to get Frank's autograph last year. I was not missing the chance this year. Extremely special to me to have both Peter and Frank's autograph on the same package, on the same DVD. I need to find some kind of protective display for this now. This has to go into some kind of like hard Lexan thing so nothing could ever happen to it. Yeah, and this is just a very precious piece. I'm sitting here thinking, like, who else could be added to it? Now, honestly, there were 3 other names at the con I could have had added to it. Vince DiCola would have been a great one. Ron, oh God, why am I blanking on his name right now? I'm literally looking like, why am I blanking on the writer's name? Ron Friedman. Jeez. It's been a long day at the shop. Could have added Ron Friedman. Could have added Flynn Dilley, because he was a consultant on the movie. But I decided to stick to the VAs, mostly out of budget, if I'm going to be honest. Some things had to be prioritized, unfortunately. I would love to get Vince DiCola and Ron Friedman on the box at the very least someday. There is very little room left. I do think there's just enough space for them. And then if there's only one VA name missing from this, I would love to add is Sue Blue. I would love to add Sue Blue to this. Or Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson would be good too. So those are the autographs. So now let's get into the actual toys that came home from LA. And that starts with the stuff that I got from our first stop. Well, no, actually, no. On Thursday, we went to Disneyland, which for a Floridian is kind of like cheating on your wife with her sister. But it's cool to see both parks. It's cool to know that I got to go to both. And we went to Galaxy's Edge, so I've been to both of those. And my head did that thing where it said, like, oh, this is all familiar. I've been here before. Wait, I'm in Anaheim, California. No, I have not. But the first thing to come with me is the Easter edition of R2-D2, which is fun. I love how the internet has kind of turned that into the trans pride R2. But I like the colors regardless. The bunny ears are kind of a cute little addition. So yeah, it's just a fun little pickup. Just because I happen to be there during a seasonal item, so why not grab it? This is something I skipped last time I was in Galaxy's Edge and kind of regretted it. These little AT-ATs are sold at... okay, I was trying to think of the name. I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, you can get these at a shop where everything in there, all the souvenirs, are made to look like they were handmade. So, like, the plushies kind of just look like little, like, almost like the ones you'd see out of like some vintage period piece movie, the little girl's holding, like that kind of doll. The ones I saw, like, they're cute, but it's not the kind of thing. There's wooden carved ones as well, and also things like this that look like they've been made out of scrap metal, which I thought was a really, really cool thing to do. Admittedly, there were cooler ones in the past. The Millennium Falcon genuinely looked like it was made of scrap, but I really do like this. Just have a little AT-AT for my desk at some point. But the big thing were the lightsabers. It's Star Wars lightsabers. I did do a dumb. I bought a pretty one. Bought a really pretty one. This is Stellan Gios's lightsaber. It's a cross-hilt lightsaber, stable, unlike Kylo Ren's. And it's the New Republic, that kind of like that High Republic style to it. I love the look of it. I love this thing. Is absolutely beautiful. It's $200. I absolutely should not have spent before TFcon. I left a lot of toys on the table because I came up short on cash. But it is a super pretty lightsaber, and it's a unique design. That's what caught my eye about it. I love the unique designs for a lightsaber. Like, I found out normal Jedi stuff is kind of boring to me. Sith is cool, but I don't know, maybe we'll go a little bit too heavy on the, like, oh, woo, I'm evil. But stuff like this, I think, is really cool. And that led us to creating our own at Savvy's Workshop. I've done this before. I got the High Republic version. This time, I went for Elemental Nature. So if you've never been to this experience, I'll do the California adventure video at some point. I'll give you the full rundown there if you've never experienced it. Point being, they're going to give you a tray where you have 2 different options for each section of this lightsaber. And you can basically just switch parts around until you are happy with your design. For me, I wanted as little metal as possible. I wanted bone and leather and wood to show through. Just so it gave it this, like, unique, like, ancient, all-nature look. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, next time I think I'm going to have to build a Sith one, because I just want to avoid the Jedi ones so much. Apparently, in a few weeks, they were going to add new parts. So we missed it we missed, like, a special selection by a few weeks. Sucks. Other California gets came from Frankenson, the biggest toy shop in the country, 65,000 square feet, and almost all of it is toys. I love going there. Took my friend Bees there. He lost his mind. It's a really incredible place to experience. Didn't walk out with much, though. Walked out with a Torterra model, because I love this evolution line. This is my favorite Pokemon starter, so had to grab that, because it was only like 10 bucks. But then I stumbled into this. Oh, it's so pretty. This is what I do. Like, if I miss a toy, like, I regret selling my first edition Optimus, because the version I had was the fully painted one, and that's a super expensive version now, and I'm not going to pay the money to reclaim it. This is a Japanese exclusive with gold paint apps and black and super dark browns, and it's a gorgeous piece. It's a beautiful toy. And this one, yeah, this is how I get toys back that I regret selling, so I get to at least experience the toy and get something new out of it at the same time. I go for the really nice repaints. This is a very nice repaint. One thing I didn't realize and notice about this is, like, it has, like, the softest soft plastic I have ever experienced on a Transformer. The blade handle, the sword handle, no shot. That's going to take some time with a hairdryer to fix. But it's such a cool figure. It's such a cool figure. Yes, I opened it. I opened everything. Well, not the autograph items, obviously. We also went to Little Tokyo because I wanted, I'll be honest, I wanted the food. But I wanted to see Jungle and Book Off because those are both really cool and immersive shops to visit. Didn't walk away with much there either. I was like, for as crazy as I like for as much as I spent on lightsabers, I tended to stay relatively reserved most of the time. I did do some gashaponing. So there was one gashapon machine just for turtles. I love turtles. I got the most boring one in the machine. They had all these really cool displays of like little mini like alligator snapping turtles, and then just had this guy. They just had this guy, who was beautifully sculpted and painted for a gashapon, but still, it's not the one I was after. They did have these little Kamen Rider figures that you can like put on a stand so that they can like do a flying wheelie kind of pose. Then there was only like 2 more capsules in the machine, and the one in the next slot was pink. So I just took a shot that was going to be Decade. Yay rah, I got Decade. The cat was mostly just me spending my last 2 tokens. It's comes with a signboard I can't read. It's part of this like weird like cats experiencing trauma weird like series. I don't know. Once I get its tail rebent and it can actually stand up, it's gonna be funny for photos. So we'll enjoy that when that's a thing. Let's see what else. Oh, the one big thing I did get from Jungle was Wizard Infinity style. Jungle's this magical place with tons of like Japanese toys. A lot of them in box, a lot still loose. Like it runs like a used Japanese toy shop. And it's a wonderful place to experience just completely random things. Now, it wasn't all that long ago I was there already, so a lot of the stuff felt familiar. And the one thing that I regretted missing out on last time was gone this time. Someone got the provider base from Time Ranger. But Wizard Infinity is a figure art that I really wanted to add to my collection. It is my favorite final form. It's gorgeous, and the figure art follows suit. Yeah, love this one. It's not a bad get. It's not a bad get. I have a little bit of other story from that shop, but you gotta watch the other video for that. Okay, and all this is pre-TFcon. Let's see what I got at TFcon. First off, let's get some of the gifts out of the way. So yeah, I don't even know if he wants me mentioning his name because I don't know how confidential his work is. But yeah, Sideswipe gave me these. These little gremlins are things he designed for his job. He actually works for Jada, which is super cool. And yeah, I really liked gremlins as a kid. I had the Gizmo backpack in kindergarten. Yeah, this I had, you know, this was a super cool little thing to get. He also handed these out. So my friend Bees got a 4-pack of these, and he took the Bumblebee, gave me the rest. I have the Prime as well, but I don't know what happened to it. I didn't lose it. I remember taking it out of my suitcase. Just somehow between there and these photos, I couldn't find it. I will find it eventually. What else? What else? We got this too. This was from Toy Guy. He was giving these out to other YouTubers. He gave these at the YouTuber panel. You actually, like, once that's posted, you will actually get to see me just fiddling with this for the first time. This is a Borok, which is apparently his favorite Bionicle. Never been big on Bionicle, but it's a fun little boulder of a dude. So yeah, this is a really nice surprise gift for everybody. Yeah, yeah. I was waiting in line for David K. Because of course his crowd, like the first crowd I walked into 9 a.m. on in the dealer room, was his autograph line. And in the process of waiting, someone came up to me and asked, and I'm sorry I forgot your name. I'm terrible with names. But someone came up and asked, "Hey, do you accept presents?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, this might be a little big." I'm like, it's okay. I've got arms. And he hands me this Commander of Stars, the third-party Cybertron Optimus Prime, knowing full well this is my favorite Optimus Prime design of all time. It's a third-party toy, my favorite Transformer toy of all time. He then proceeds to run down the litany of fixes and repairs he has done to this toy. To get it to a functional, playable state, he did a tremendous amount of work on it, and glory and praise be to him. Because I took it out of the box, I transformed it, everything felt fine. I got him into super mode, everything felt fine. The toy is absolutely gorgeous. It's a absolutely gorgeous toy. I love it. Because of the nature of the figure, it might just sit on like the top shelf of my desk, being really, really pretty for all time, and that might be it. But you know what? For what it is, I do absolutely love it. I'm incredibly grateful someone was that generous. Thank you very much for that. I did get one other gift that unfortunately I forgot to take a photo of, because it got put away with like a bunch of like artwork and fan mail things very quickly, just to make sure nothing happened to it. Do you remember when I did the Optimus Prime, like what if Optimus Prime survived the 86 movie? So someone took my Nova Scream concept from that little video fanfic I did, and they drew it like the way I described it, kind of based off of how like Energon, kind of a blend between Coronation Starscream and Energon Megatron. Trying to cut that difference between, like what Galvatron looked like and what Starscream would have looked like if he was the one reformatted. And it came out looking great. And that was a conversation on Twitter years ago. I met the guy who drew him. He was there. He had the sketchbook and gave me the original Nova Scream sketch, along with a few headshots too that he also did. So that was super cool. It was super cool. I don't get fan mail. I don't get fan mail often, but I don't get fan art often. So it's super cool to get the original print of it. So that's mostly the gift stuff. So let's move on to the stuff I actually bought. And you'll notice I went for quality rather than quantity. If you know your prices on things, you're going to know. Hang on, as I get uncomfortable here. You are going to know how much I spent here. But for this, yeah, I was trying to go for like big bang stuff rather than just like lots of littles that would be something I could grab off of eBay. No, I wanted stuff that was mostly things that I would rather find at a con, third-party stuff, vintage stuff that I actually want to see and inspect before I pay money for it. So that starts with the exclusives of the year. So I did get the Obsidian Blade. To my knowledge, nothing sold out during the preview day, which was great. So this was fairness. The only thing that sold out was the matching Nemesis that they did for this design. It's still around online. I will probably have to, once I'm financially recovered from the con, I will probably be getting it so I can use this to its fullest. And it's actually really, really good. I had a few issues, getting things together. Ironically, some things came apart too easy, and other things were too hard to put together on this toy. But the overall look is fantastic. I mean, it is close to the original concept I'd had for BotCon, but that was when I was depicting him as the Fallen. So it's not quite right, but this is close. And it looks really, really good. And it functions well, too. You know, it doesn't have a waist joint, but I'm surprised they worked a neck in. You know, and everything else, yeah, they managed to make a decently functioning transformer out of the Energon wing blade design. Wing saber design. Yeah, I love it. Really, really cool figure. Also got this dude. So this one was fun. So, yeah, you put a Ravage in green. I'm going to want it immediately. Which, by the way, this is based off of like a one-panel German depiction of Ravage that for some reason was green with red feet. So, this one I was told like, oh yeah, that'll be around until Sunday. Like the last ones didn't sell out until Sunday, or they still had ones left over. I still saw last time's exclusive here. Yeah, this sold out on Saturday. I went by the booth that had the big poster just as he was telling somebody, no, we're sold out. And I'm like, great. Okay, well that sucks because I actually really love the Oculus, you know, concept. Yeah, I think it's a really clever and cool concept. And I got the Shattered Glass Steeljaw last time at TFcon Orlando. Not crazy about how that one works. So I wanted to get, you know, something a little bit more basic, you know, something a little bit simple. Let's get the Ravage. Sold out. About an hour later, I go by the booth again. Now there's one that he just put on the table. And I go, can I buy this? And he goes, yes, you can. We normally don't take returns, but someone decided they did not want it. Meant to be. Meant to be. So I literally got the last one they sold. They had another one that was broken. So that one was technically the last one they sold. I got the last functioning one that sold. So you know what? Destiny. I will take that. And that's, again, a good figure. I wish the body section of it had some way of, like, holding together. If someone knows if I'm missing a transformation step that, like, keeps the body halves from, like, shifting around, please let me know. This is something I wish I had gotten at TFcon Orlando and skipped. I like the weird third-party toys. So, yeah, if you're going to do Movie Bumblebee, complete with Camaro parts in the chest, as a tiger that is inspired by Lio Convoy's transformation, that's going to be interesting to me. Now, it's on a cheaper end for third party, which is, again, I guess one reason why it appealed to me. But the toy itself is, you know, it's not as tight as some of the other ones. It's still fun, though. You know, and it still has this really cool look to it. I love the look of the toy. You know, this goes right up there with, like, the Red Bull Sideswipe. You know, in that realm of, like, this is a really weird idea. I'm shocked. I'm not shocked that it doesn't really sell that well. I would really like more of them, please. So, that one's been fun to mess around with. I can never remember the name of this one. It never asked me to remember. Never asked me to remember the names of third-party toys. Nevertheless, it's Stormbringer Optimus Prime in Nemesis colors. And it's amazing. So, it was Friday night. Friday night, I was in the lounge of the hotel. And people were out just sitting around playing with toys. And this is one of the ones that was out there. And the range of posability and the overall look and the size of it just like completely captured my attention. So yeah, I wandered by this like 4 times at the same booth that had the Green Ravage. Like the same time, and then I was like just going, do I really want to spend? Oh, do I really want to buy it? You know the tipping point? My friend Sam makes toys. Help with the deco. Yeah, okay, now I have to buy it, don't I? Now I have to buy it. And I'm glad I did. It's a fantastic figure. And one of the reasons why I like it so much is it's not a standard Nemesis. Like there's actually like a very dark bronze that's been added in, which kind of brings more of that like universe Nemesis Prime flavor to it. So it's not strictly just a black convoy. And I like that. That's a really good deco choice. Makes them stand out a little bit. So yeah, this one was great to get. Here's me fixing a mistake from the last TFcon. I've been wanting a G1 Octane. It's a doofy truck mode, but the rest of it I really like. And I even like the truck mode, if I'm being honest with you. But I had the other Decepticon triple changers. I've never had an Octane. TFcon Orlando, I kept staring at one at the Transformer Land booth. And you can ask them how many times I was there eyeballing this Octane. And by the time I decided to pull the trigger, it was gone. So this was me fixing the error. This is the only Octane I saw at the entire convention, and it's in great shape. You know, everything's there. Everything still works. Chrome's in good shape. Stickers aren't bad. Yeah, this one, yeah, this one fixed everything. This one was overdue. Fun figure. Fun figure. I actually like this one quite a bit. So great to finally add that to the collection. I didn't add any carded Beast Wars, even though I had options. But the other little niche collection I have, I did add to, which is Euro G1. And the oddest one I could find, the Claw Tank, who I don't know the name of, and I don't even know if he had a name. This is from the Rescue Force. The attempt to retool Lio Kaiser into a batch of Autobots, sans 2 jets that have mysteriously vanished. But it's too odd not to get. Right? Like, it's just such a weird footnote in Transformer history, and the fact that, you know, it's technically kind of a Lio Kaiser piece. Cool to have. I don't have any of the other Lio Kaiser parts. It's just a funny little amusing grab. You know, it'll go in with the rest of my Euro G1s. Just be a little bit of oddity on the shelf. Nothing wrong with that. And then we have the finale, the thing I spent the most money on. I pulled this trigger. It's a heck of a trigger to pull. This is from the Artfire 2000 table. It has a ridiculous amount of stuff. So yeah, it has been opened, so I could actually take it out, mess with it, and I have messed with the toy. It's a dead solid. Stickers are great. Plastic is not yellowed in the least. 15 years ago, I had the opportunity to get one alongside my Star Saber that I bought at BotCon 2010. Same convention, had a Victory Leo loose. It was, I don't think it was missing the missiles. I think it was missing one of the shoulder guns, which is why I held off, because I knew tracking that down would be super annoying and I didn't want to go through it. By the time I decided I could track a gun down eventually, someone else had already bought it. I even know who did it too. But for this set, yeah, this was overdue. Yes, I'm not huge on the Victory Saber combination, but it's going to be nice to at least do it, just so I can say I've done it, and that, you know, I have the toys for it. Mostly just, I love the design of the toy, so I really wanted to get that one added in too. Also, the next grail on the list would be Deathsaurus, and the Deathsauruses they had were just way too far out of my budget. But this was actually fairly reasonable. So yeah, it came home with me, and I'm thoroughly grateful. It's an expensive piece, but hey, I was on vacation, right? Also, if you saw on Blue Sky, my plan for this was to fill a suitcase full of packing peanuts, and then, discard them as I needed space in the suitcase, and the rest of them would protect everything. As you can see from the photos, everything made it home in great shape, so it actually worked. So there's the advice if you're going to any kind of toy collecting thing out of state, you're gonna fly home with it. If you don't want a whole bunch of like precious things in box to be screwed up by the airport system, yeah, just throw a bunch of packing peanuts in an empty suitcase. You know, it's $40 to check it, $40 to check it again when you leave. Can be a lot cheaper than shipping things out. Although I don't know how readily available packing peanuts are to you. So that's it for the gets. You can see why I'm broke right now. So my eBay shop has now gone from paying for the con to paying to recover from the con. But that's how it goes. So that is the haul. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope this was amusing to somebody out there. And of course, I still have more to talk about TFcon. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the third-party panels. Yay. So tune in for that. And of course, I will see you next time.